We are back with Dancing with the Stars pro Cheryl Burke. And Cheryl, as I said, I really thought a lot about this show because we're all at crossroads in our lives where the past is passing and looking forward to the future. And when a relationship ends, that puts you in a unique situation. You're taking advice on your podcast, but what advice would you give other women in particular going through the end of a relationship?
Well, I think that is, for me, the main reason why I wanted to do this podcast in the first place, right? It has that fun aspect, but it also is so that I can, hopefully through my story and my experience, I could help other women as well, because I don't believe that, there's certain things I'm going through at the moment, like do I freeze my eggs or do I not? I'm at the age, I am 38, and these are actual events that are happening in my life and that I have to make a serious decision about. And, with women anyone that can relate to a divorce or any type of, trauma, because that it's a loss, really. I just hope that someone can know that they're not alone through this process, because it is scary, it is lonely. And if anyone else is like me out there that just, tend to just crawl into their shell like I do, at least that you're just not alone through this process, because it is painful. It is like a death. It is a death, right? And there's no way, and there's no specific way on how to grieve. Everyone grieves differently, and I'm just really new at this, and I'm open to any advice as well. And I hope that the listeners want to hold my hand through this journey of just self-discovery.
I love that. Are you and Matthew still friendly? Do you categorize it as such?
I mean, he will always have a special place in my heart, for sure. I mean, I have so much love for him and his family forever.
You mentioned advice. I'll tell you this, when I was at that crossroads as well, as you know, I had Moses later in life. Kate Winslet, whom I don't know, name drop. Next thing you know, I open an email, and it's an email from Kate Winslet saying, do it. Go have a baby. I was like, wait. So this is a true story. It's like, first of all, how did Kate Winslet get my email? And I got the email from her. It was one of those surreal moments. But I thought about that as I was going through the multiple IVF treatments there. So, I know we talked about that before, freezing eggs, and that's a personal decision, but it's one that women don't have early enough with themselves. And we know that. So I'm happy you're talking about it on your podcast. Now, it also was just announced Dancing with the Stars is moving to Disney Plus. And I've read you're excited about it because it changes the dynamic in some ways of who could potentially take home the mirror ball.
Absolutely. And it's also going to be, I think, a new audience on top of our, loyal fans as well. And I think that it's the first time that, this is a live, still the same format. It's going live, voting. At least West Coast and East Coast can vote now together. And West Coast won't have to just base it on a popularity contest, right? Yeah. It'll be completely even in that sense. And then also we're going live for the first time on streaming. That's a pretty huge thing, right? Like, it's a huge deal that we need to all celebrate. And imagine Disney night, right? It's going to be huge.
I like that. Well, I mentioned that yesterday was your birthday, and I have a gift that I love giving friends and women who have really inspired me in many levels. I have it here. I'm going to send it to you. And it is
so sweet.
The Maya Angelou poem, Still I Rise. It's something that hangs in my home. I hope you're able to put it in your home or your office. And I thought a lot about you when I was reading this, and I just hope that you're able to read this and see yourself, because no matter what challenge that we face in our lives, you have the choice to rise. And this poem speaks to that. Still I rise.
I just got chills.
I'm sending it to you. I would read it, but my voice is not as grand as Dr. Angelou, but you've risen from so many things, and you will continue to rise. So thank you, Cheryl.
Thank you. And let me just say and add one thing. Thank you for your beautiful email. It brought me to tears. So I will cherish that forever. And I hope one day we'll be able to talk in person, hopefully in the near future. And thank you for my beautiful gift. I can't wait. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Cheryl. And you know what? Be sure to tune in for Cheryl's new podcast, Burke in the Game, available now.